Check it. Hey, what up? You are back for another video with DataZero. This video is structured a little bit different than your normal weekly outlook and prediction. It's short, sweet, and to the point, but still giving you the technicals and fundamentals that you need to know as a trader and investor. We're looking at the meme stocks. We also look at SPY in this video towards the end. So if you're interested in that, watch to the end of the video. Let's not waste any more of your precious time and hop in the charts, facts, data. Let's go. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video. This video is going to be a little bit different than your normal weekly outlook and prediction. I want to get on here real quick and just give you guys some technicals and updates because I think we could see an exciting week and AMC is in a pivotal moment. So I wanted to get on here and hop on here and show you guys what's popping off with that. So right now, right off the bat, I'm just going to show you guys GME. I identified this massive falling wedge that GME is in. And if we look at GME's fractal, I'll show you guys what's going on with that. GME apparently is possibly at the end of its consolidation phase where we could see a potential pop to the upside. So we're not 100% sure. And again, this is not something you should go crazy and YOLO on, but we might be in a position here where GME is going to see that second run to the upside that we are looking for. And AMC potentially could be making a move as well. And I'm going to be talking about that here in a second. But GME, you guys can see, has this falling wedge. It's in this huge falling wedge. If we go ahead and show you where we're at based on the fractal where I think we're at, you have this V-shaped recovery right here. So we had that V-shaped recovery right here. After the big run up to the upside, you have that big run up to the upside, then you get that V-shaped recovery. We had that right here. Now, if I draw a wedge, you could kind of draw a wedge from here to here, and you guys can see we're in a falling wedge right now. What happened after that falling wedge? We had this big pop to the upside. Could we potentially break out of this falling wedge and see a big pop to the upside? That is a possibility for GME because the falling wedge shows us having a price target of $25 to $30. And each and every time GME breaks above that $30 level, it gets a big move to the upside. This is about $31 where you see this purple line right here. So if I go to this purple line right here, about at $28, you guys can see every time we get above that level of about $28 to $31, we have these big moves to the upside. So if we do have this falling wedge setup that has a price target of that $30 level, that could see us pushing to the upside in a big way for GME. So that is something we could be potentially looking at this week. So I think the meme stocks are setting up for recovery for this week. I think we're going to see a green week for AMC and GME. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not go crazy on YOLO trades, but I believe that GME is about to make a pop to the upside and AMC is about to make the pop to the upside. Now, the one thing we do have that is on the negative side of thing, if I had to play devil's advocate, is cost to borrow levels coming down for GME, coming at 0.67%. and cost to borrow coming down for AMC sitting at 1.88%. Also, the shares available to short, we have 200,000, which isn't a lot for GME. It could change on Monday. But on AMC, we have 2.4 million shares. Now, last time we had a buildup of shares on GME, we've seen a big move to the upside on GameStop stock. Could they be anticipating a big move on AMC, and that's why they have all of these shares? It is a possibility, but these shares could also be used to stump momentum. So we want to keep an eye on that. 2.4 million shares is something negative if I had to play devil's advocate. Now, GameStop, if it does break this falling wedge, definitely going to be pushing towards $25, $30, getting a nice move to the upside. And I believe GameStop is making a relative floor and about to see recovery. Again, green week for GameStop and a green week for AMC is what I see coming here in the near future. Now, I want to point out something here for AMC as well. AMC in a critical position. Don't be shocked if you did see AMC come down and fill this gap here on Monday, okay? So don't get shocked or don't be it's all over or doom and gloom. If we came down to about $4.39, there's a gap fill right underneath us from $4.47 to $4.39. We could potentially come down and fill that gap. What I'm thinking most likely is going to happen is we're going to see a recovery. You guys can see RSI sitting at those pretty low levels here on the 1 hour time frame, 2 hour time frame, and even the 4 hour time frame. So we have a little bit more more room to the downside. That's why I think the gap fill could potentially get filled, but I think AMC is finding a relative bottom, and I think it's going to push to the upside. If we go ahead and show you guys what's going on with the AMC fractal, and the only way I think the Moss roadmap would not be tracking is if we broke down in this falling wedge, and this falling wedge is still holding. If you go ahead and zoom in, you guys can see that falling wedge right here. I'll go ahead and reset the chart so we can get a little bit more clear view. We had a wick right below it, but you guys can see the candle body closed inside of the falling wedge. So we are still inside the falling wedge, and this is bullish in my personal opinion. And RSI being low leads me to believe that we're going to see a push back to the upside for AMC stock and going to fulfill this falling wedge, which would give us a move towards that $5.50, $6 level where things start to get spicy for AMC. Once we get above that $6 level, we're going to see a big pop to the upside, similar to what we've seen here. You guys can see we got above that $6 level. We had a big move. If we got above that $6 level again, we're going to see a big move. And the fact that we haven't broken back underneath that $4 range and we're continuing to hold $4 as support is extremely bullish in my personal opinion. I think that AMC is close to finding a relative floor and is going to see a move to the upside. Now, again, we could see that move down here early Monday morning, filling that gap, but I believe we're going to pop back inside of the falling wedge here on Webull. As far as what you could possibly see Monday morning, basically a consolidation, slight move to the downside in the morning before pushing to the upside, breaking back inside that falling wedge, and then fulfilling that falling wedge, and then having a pop to the upside. If we break above that $5 level, you're going to see AMC make a significant move. And if we get above $6, things could start to get really, really spicy for AMC, and we could get that overall bigger move to the upside that we're looking for. Now, if we get to the end of this week and nothing happens, I'm going to reevaluate the Moss roadmap, see what's going on. If we break down out of that falling wedge, I think that we are no longer tracking, but as long as we continue to hold that falling wedge, which we are doing right now, I think we're going to see that potential move to the upside that we're all hoping for and looking for. So I think this week could potentially be huge for the meme stocks as long as we don't get some type of dilution or anything like that. I think this could be big for the meme stocks. Now, of course, if Adam Aaron came out and diluted or something like that, obviously that would throw us off track. We don't want any more dilution in the meme stocks. Okay, the floats are getting massive. It kicks the can down the road. There's so many things I could go in about dilution or reasons why we don't want dilution and how it hurts a short squeeze. I've talked about it so many times on the live stream. I could go over 100 reasons on why it's bad for a short squeeze and how it kicks the can down the road. We don't want any more dilution for the meme stocks, in my personal opinion. So that's what I'm looking at for AMC and GME. I just wanted to get on here and give you guys a little bit of update, a little bit different than your normal weekly outlook and prediction, but I think this is going to be a recovery week for the meme stocks based off of everything I'm looking at here on the technicals. I'll quickly go in here and the SPY before wrapping up the video. So SPY did break back inside of the bear flag you guys can see here. Right now is a possible consolidation. So SPY right now could break either way. We could see a pop back to the upside and continue ripping, or we could see a big move to the downside. I actually think that SPY is setting up for a potential top based off of the basic stocks that are holding up the market like Nvidia and Apple. I think we're setting up for a potential top, and we could see a local top where we start to pull back, or maybe even an overall top. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but a potential local top at the minimum. So if we go ahead and show you guys what's going on here with Nvidia, just go to the daily time frame. You guys can see that we have this bearish engulfing right here on this daily candle, and then we have this doji style candle right here, which is again indecision candle. We could see a recovery, but I think even if we did see a recovery, we would come up to about that 133 level and then start to pull back down towards these gap fills. You guys can see daily MACD starting to curl down in a big way, and if I go ahead and pop on the alligator even starting to show signs of weakness as well. So I think Nvidia is setting up for a potential top. I think there's still a lot of momentum there, and you could essentially see a reversal back to the upside, but I think that's going to lead to a pullback, and that's going to pull back the overall market. And if we also look at Apple, you guys can see Apple's RSI pretty high on the daily time frame and sitting pretty high on the weekly time frame as well, also outside of the Bollinger Band. So Apple's going to be wanting to pull back as well. Right now using the bands as support, but you're still going to be wanting to see a pullback on Apple. So I think Apple in conjunction with Nvidia pulling back would definitely have an effect on the market. You guys can see VIX is also slightly elevated, and the dollar's been pretty much pumping, you guys can see, for the past couple of weeks. When the dollar goes up, things like Bitcoin and stocks are going to feel bearish pressure. So that's why Bitcoin has been pulling back, and why I also think we could see a bearish week here for SPY based off of everything that I'm looking at. I do think SPY has a potential chance to push back to the upside, but I think what we're going to probably do is consolidate and then move down based off everything I'm seeing here with the MACD. Again, I wouldn't go crazy on shorting unless you have confirmation. If we break below the levels of 543.47, that would be confirmation of more downside because we're moving out of that range. If we use that as resistance and confirm it as resistance and start pulling away, definitely going to see some more downside towards this gap fill for SPY if we lose that level, as we are consolidating in this overall range. If we break above 545.76, that means you're going to see more upside. And if we break below 543.47, that means you're going to see more movement to the downside. So just wanted to put that in here real quickly for SPY. Overall, I think we could see a bearish week, but that could change if we do get that movement to the upside and break out of that range. And again, there's a lot of momentum, so you'd want to wait for confirmation before you go crazy on the shorting. Just another big economic piece of data coming out is GDP coming out here on Thursday. That's the biggest piece of news. It looks like GDP's consensus says it's going to drop. So again, that could be more confirmation that we do have high inflation, low GDP growth, unemployment rising, and again, the economy is not as strong as the government and everybody continues to keep saying. So again, keep that on your radar on Thursday. And on Friday, we have personal spending, personal income, and PCE as well. Those are also major data sets. So on Thursday and Friday this week, we have some major data sets dropping that you need to be aware of in the overall market. If you guys found this video informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. If you want to support the channel for absolutely free, just leave a comment down below. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright guys, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates, and I appreciate it if you watch the end to see the video in entire context and watch the whole video. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.